Close ones, far ones.
Different ones. Ones of us laughing.
I'm like rolling my eyes. That's typical, I guess. I don't know.
And this is the last show that Natasha is our guest star for.
Can't believe it. It feels like I just got here.
I know.
I did just get here.
Just 3 shows. That's all we get.
It.
Yeah. And you've got to go to Quebec and shoot glamorous Bell commercials.
Places to be, things to do.
I understand.
Very busy, Jay.
Well, we're very
busy.
fortunate that we were able to have you here for as long as we did.
Yes, it was great. I had a lovely time. Thank you for having me. I'm sure I'll screw up majorly on this night since it's my last one.
Chance. No chance.
That's how it usually goes.
And this is the most important night of the year in sports, when the baseball All-Star game is on.
Right.
The American League comes in on a 6-game win streak. I'm not sure if you knew that. Now, before the game, a moment of silence for the late Tyler Skaggs. Mike Trout, Tommy La Stella, both wearing his number 45. Such a sad story. Both Freddie Freeman and Mike Soroka, there you see, they're singing the Canadian national anthem. And Marcus Stroman could not pitch. It's a pectoral injury, but he did effectively make his All-Star debut. That's Justin Verlander facing dual citizen Freddie Freeman. And then watching the slider for strike 3, he's smiling at the nastiness of these pitches. Verlander struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced, and he doesn't know why Freeman would not swing at pitches that were clearly in the strike zone. The strike zone. Bottom of the inning, Trout 0 for 10 in his career against National League starter Hyun-Jin Ryu. He's the only pitcher he's hitless against with at least 10 at-bats. Runner on second, Trout. Hits it hard up the middle. Tel Marte gets him at first. Trout was 0 for 2. The AL up 1-0 in the 3rd. And for a second straight year, Jose Barrios facing his brother-in-law, Javi Baez, in the All-Star game. First pitch of the at-bat, Baez pops out just like he did in last year's at-bat against Barrios. Francisco Lindor capturing the at-bat on his phone. Baez busy checking his phone as well. Like, what? I am so bored. Now 0 for 2 in his All-Star career against his brother-in-law. We go to the 5th. It's the 24-year-old Shane Bieber. Not initially an All-Star, but replaced Charlie Morton, who pitched Sunday, giving his hometown fans something to cheer about. He gets the side. His manager, Tito Francona, thrilled. AL up 2-0 in the 6th. Liam Hendricks in for the AL. Stutter steps on the pitch to Trevor Story. He would retire Story. Next batter, the bearded Charlie Blackmon. First All-Star game hit.
It is deep and it is gone.
It is gone, Dan Schulman. NL cuts the deficit to 2-1. 21-year-old Mike Soroka, Calgary native, 9-1 this season in Atlanta, making his All-Star debut. Carlos Santana hits into the hole. Max Muncy of the Doyers. Great play from his knees to get Santana. Great stretch by Pete Alonso, the rookie who won the home run derby over Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on Monday. Soroka, it's a 1-2-3 inning. Joey Gallo looking to add to the 3-1 AL lead in the 7th.
And Gallo drills the first pitch out of here. A rocket to right to make it 4-1.
Gallo, first pitch he sees from Will Smith. He's just the 5th Texas Ranger player to homer in an All-Star game. Top 8, 4-3, go-ahead run on second. Mike Moustakas pops it up. James McCann.
McCann wants it in. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did.
It was tricky, but he got it done and preserves that 4-3 lead for the American League. So here comes Aroldis Chapman, 6th All-Star game appearance. Gets JT Realmuto, Max Muncy, and in his final Major League season, CC Sabathia comes out to show Chapman some support, and he gets Yasmani Grandal on a strikeout to end the game. As the American League for the 7th straight year. Yes, 7 straight years. There's our friend Kevin Burkhardt. interviewing him afterward. Bieber is your MVP. Yeah, the AL. National League has only been able to muster more than 3 runs once over these 7 contests. Bieber, on being named MVP, he gets a truck.
I didn't really know what to think. Kind of lost all feeling in my body. But it's it's an incredible feeling now, now that it's kind of sinking in. Just to be able to do it in front of the home crowd in my first All-Star game is definitely not something I expected, especially being added to the game 5 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. So, like I said, just to be able to do it in front of the home crowd was extremely special to me, and you know, they definitely helped me.
Over to Wimbledon, where Serena Williams is a little lighter in the pocket after being fined 10 grand for damaging a court. She was practicing with her sister prior to the tournament and repeatedly smashed her racket into the grass, worth about $225 million. The fine was likely far from the top of Serena's list of concerns. Her focus instead on trying to advance to the semifinals. Williams playing her 51st major quarterfinal, facing Allison Risk, who's playing her very first one. Serena took the first set 6-4, but facing break point at 4-all in the second. Risk, nice half volley. Serena drops her second set of the tournament. On serve in the third, Risk, who's gone the distance in all 5 of her matches, sends Serena to the turf. But in the same game, the 7-time Wimbledon champion fights back. Serena guesses right for one of her 49 winners. And then on match point, Serena loads up.
2 match points.
And she will blast her 19th ace after just over 2 hours. Serena reaches her 12th Wimbledon semifinal, takes this one in 3 sets.
And Serena was also playing mixed doubles with Andy Murray, a superstar pairing. Second round match against Fabrice Martin and Raquel Adewale. First set on serve, the nice backhand return. And the high five. She and Murray would break 3 games later, win the first set 7-5. Second set, Serena awaiting the serve, pounces all over it. Martin just smiles. And look at that angle from Serena. That is really amazing. And the reaction says it all. So she and Andy Murray go up an early break, then up 5-3, serving for the match. Serena, great reaction at the net. That gives them match point, where Murray with the ace. Here come the kisses. One for each cheek. This is what Murray had to say about playing with Serena Williams. I guess that settles it. New York Knicks fans are panicking about the play of 3rd overall pick R.J. Barrett. The Canadian has turned the ball over and struggled to find his shot in 2 Summer League games. Again, Summer League games. Knicks fans are panicking about Summer League games. The Knicks were facing the Raptors on Tuesday. Barrett playing his hometown team for the first time, first quarter. And here his shot is swatted away by Juan Hernandez. Hernandez picked in the 2nd round in this past draft. Raptors' only pick. Later, Barrett scores. And the contact caps off an 8-0 run. Barrett had 5 in the first quarter. In the second, Hernandez, the athleticism.
A noisy putback right there.
The putback. A little later, rolls to the rim. When is roll up the rim returning, producer Tim? Do we know? That's a Tim Hortons thing. Hernandez had 16 points. Third quarter, Mississauga's Iggy Brazdakis, the University of Michigan product, working against fellow Canadian Chris Boucher. Finds Malcolm Miller, he scores, wraps up 20 after 3. Fourth quarter, Barrett attacks off the window, then Barrett from long range. Just his 3rd 3 in 17 tries this summer, but he had 17 points. Here's RJ.
I'm just, trying to let the game come to me. Just, get more comfortable, go back to how I play. Like I know how to play basketball, so just trying to get more comfortable. Obviously, you want to do well as a competitor. You don't like not doing well, but you know, it's just a game. You know, it's my first 2 games, and you know, even this game wasn't so good. So I'm just continuing to get better every day.
Now, Masai Ujiri showed up at that Summer League game between the Raps and Knicks, and he talked about Kawhi Leonard leaving the Raptors. That is next. Serena, the only one left to reach a Wimbledon final. 12 Wimbledon semifinal appearances, 3rd most in the Open era behind Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova. Here we go. We're walking over to the other set.
We're walking.
The last walk.
Slowly, carefully.
It's like the last waltz.
Oh.
The sponsor is Whip It Up Whenever, our new show.
Whip it up.
On Crave TV. Just wait for that call from the Bell Media execs so we can put that into production.
I'll let you work on that.
Randy, if you're watching, got a gem on your hands here.
It was fun, wasn't it?
That's a money maker for this company. We're handing it to you on a platter of ice cream sandwiches.
Smooth. That was smooth.
Right.
Just like our walk. I thought our walk was pretty smooth.
That was pretty good.
Best one so far.
It took only 17 seconds? Was
That's
that
it.
our best one?
I think we were 12 yesterday, weren't we?
Wow, okay. Well, we sauntered a bit.
We did saunter. We meandered over.
A little bit.
Let's talk about a few things,
yes.
shall we? Raptors president Masai Ujiri arrived in Vegas Tuesday to take in some summer league action. He spoke to reporters at halftime of the Raptors game against the Knicks.
Did you think Kawhi was fairly upfront with you during the process, and how did the meeting go in general with him?
I think he was. Kawhi was.
Was anybody not?
I know what we're dealing with here, and you know, I appreciate what the process was, and I know free agency. I know how it works. It's not my first rodeo. With these things, you're always confident with what you're doing, and in the whole process, just in our talks and just communication, I was confident. But I understand how free agency is too, and you base things on some of the things that we've done, and you're biased a little bit. We won a championship, it went well, blah blah blah. But I know I'm not naive to think that in free agency it doesn't change. But I do want to say that, you know, he definitely has our blessings. You know, he gave it everything while he was with us, and we really appreciated that. I communicated with him afterwards, and it was very good. This was a different kind of free agency. It's high stakes, and we understood that. This is the NBA, and this is how it works. I always say there's no time to go out and you can't cry. You can't go and hide under a table and cry. You know, like, honestly, I've lost no sleep. Not disappointed, you know. It's on to the next. What's next? And I'm telling Raptor fans and everybody, you know, don't lose one day of sleep, 1 second of sleep. We're gonna be just fine.
I'm glad he has not lost any sleep over this, because he has done a tremendous job.
He's unbelievable.
Right?
And he couldn't have handled that whole media scrum any better than he did.
Yeah.
You know, he said Kawhi was honest and maybe someone else wasn't honest.
Maybe somebody else wasn't as much, yeah.
But then he also said, that's free agency. There are people around these players. Maybe they're saying things. Maybe they're giving people information that's incorrect. We saw a bunch of people put out information before Kawhi signed that was really, really incorrect.
Wrong, yes.
But the other thing I wonder, and I wanted to ask you this question, first home game next season, they're raising the banner. Kawhi isn't there. Does it make it less? Does it make it not as good?
What a great question. No.
I don't think it does either, but I
so.
wonder if is there something missing there? I don't think so. I mean, there shouldn't be.
No. Everybody will be thinking about him in that moment.
Yeah,
probably,
I guess that's the point. Yeah, that's my point. Like, you wonder if everyone will be like, it would be really great to have Kawhi here. Danny Green, whatever. Oh, speaking of Danny Green, the host of the popular podcast Inside the Green Room recorded his final episode from Toronto Tuesday. Of course, he's leaving for the LA Lakers, and he posted a video on Twitter saying many thank yous, but also with a bit of a parting shot.
What's up, guys? Danny Green here. Just finished the last pod in Toronto. Just want to give a huge shout out to all the fans that loyally follow and listen to the pod, religiously. So thank you guys. Thank you to the Raptors organization, top to bottom, teammates, parents and kids that came to the camp, Yahoo, everybody behind the scenes that were a major role in playing this part of bringing us together and keeping us together and making some entertainment for you guys. I know you guys will still have some special things going on here, but just wanted to send a big, thank you to you guys. And the favorite things about Toronto and the country of Canada is pretty much everything. It's a long list of things. Obviously, the food, the people, the fans, the nightlife, the city. The only thing that I didn't like, I wouldn't say I hated, because it was refreshing to have, was the weather. But outside of that, man, it was amazing. It's a lovely city. You guys treated me with much respect. So hopefully I'll be seeing you guys soon. Until then, next pod, catch you guys in LA.
Whatever.
We're not really impressed with him, are we, in that moment?
It was unnecessary to bring up the weather. Yeah, we get it.
No.
And it's not the way to go out, He said all these nice things, the food. Everyone brings up the food. We do have great food.
We have great food in this city.
Everyone brings it up, and I love that. And it would have been a beautiful way to go out. And everyone really likes Danny Green. I think everyone knows he's a terrific guy. He was great with the media and great with all of our guys. But
just leave out the weather.
Yeah, we get it. It was cold. It was a bad winter. In his defense, it
was a bad winter. But half the NBA cities have bad weather, right? A ton of them do.
That's
so
right.
I never understood that.
Exactly, Natasha.
All right, onwards and upwards. With Marcus Stroman injured, no Blue Jays took part in Tuesday's All-Star game, but the baseball world was still buzzing about Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s performance at Monday's Home Run Derby. It was outstanding, and we're going to go by the numbers to see just how ridiculous Vladdy's performance was on Monday. Vladdy's homers traveled a combined 38,641 feet, or 11.8 kilometers. Let's put that number in perspective. That's higher than the average cruising altitude of an airplane. It's also 10,000 feet higher than Mount Everest and more than 30,000 feet higher than Whistler. He posted an MLB record of 91 total homers in the Derby. Not only did that beat Giancarlo Stanton's previous record for a single Derby by 30, but it's also more homers than 4 MLB teams have hit this season. 4 teams. He hit more homers in his 3 rounds than his Hall of Fame dad did in 2 derbies combined, including the 2007 Derby that Vlad Sr. won. Vladdy Jr. had the fewest homers of any player to enter the Derby, just 8 before the All-Star break. Only 4 other players have ever participated with less than 20 career homers to their name. All of them were eliminated in the first round, 2 of them posting zeros, while Vladdy's 91 jacks are 79 more than Chris Bryant and Evan Longoria's combined efforts.
Ooh, nice work.
That was a lot of reading there and a lot of numbers. But the numbers were fabulous for Vladdy.
Yeah, it was very exciting for a Blue Jays fan base that has endured a pretty rough season. That was an exciting time on Monday.
Nice coming out party for him, for sure.
And now just 1 home run in his last 28 games in the actual major leagues. Maybe this is the springboard to better things.
Get him moving in the right direction.
Now the Blackhawks and Sabres, they're swapping former first-round picks. Alex Nylander headed to Chicago. Henry Jokiharju is going to Buffalo. Nylander was the 8th overall pick in 2016. Has 3 goals and 3 assists in 19 career games. Jokiharju, a right-shot D-man, posted 12 points in 38 games last season. He was the 29th pick in 2017. So just a little change of scenery thing, I guess.
Switch it up.
Switching it up. Michael Nylander played for the Blackhawks from 99 to 2002, and Alex was born in 1998, so he's a little baby in Chicago.
That's kind of cool.
That's sweet, eh? Now he goes back. Maybe
Nylander's out there.
I don't know if he has any memories of that time. I guess he was 3, so probably not.
He was.
When do you
gotta do the
remember
math
things?
on that.
What age? When did you
People
first remember
say like
things?
as young as 6 months, 8 months, I've heard, but I find that hard to believe.
It's not true.
I know. That
For
makes
me,
no sense.
12. Natasha, the Hawks have now traded all the players they've selected in the first round from 2011 to 2017. So Chicago's scouting department?
That can't be good. They got rid of them all?
I guess so.
I mean, I guess it's maybe not necessarily a negative thing. They were good enough that somebody else wanted them.
That's right, and they might have used them to acquire players to help them in postseason runs.
True.
It's hard to say. Okay.
Max Holloway is
We're being
returning
rushed.
to his 145-pound home to defend his featherweight title against Frankie Edgar at the end of July. Injuries caused 2 previous scheduled fights between the pair to be scrapped, but maybe, Jay, just maybe, third time will be the charm. Here's Aaron Bronstetter.
Blessed, Max Holloway. My first time seeing you since the Raptors have won the championship.
Yes, sir.
Where were you? Where did you watch that game?
I was in the gym. I kind of missed practice.
You missed practice? You were just
I missed
watching?
practice because I was watching the game and we were shooting my YouTube. I was like, man. I was like, wow, my coach is gonna kick my butt. Raps in 6. 4 to 6, baby.
You taking such a liking to Canada. You've got a love affair with Canada. How did that come about? Why did Canada become so dear to you?
You know, first of all, you just gotta call me an honorary Canadian, eh? You know, the boys are ready. I might, if you guys got a Mount Rushmore or something, my face might be up there. I'm just saying, but I'm just joking. Did you not see the post? You know, the most successful Canadian.
I did. Yeah,
fighter?
you were on there. Yeah.
You know,
it was
already
Holloway.
know.
It was Rory, GSP, and I forget who the fourth was.
Yeah,
you were in there. Yeah.
You already know the boys up there, but you know, all jokes aside, that's we talking about titles, right? You know, that's where I won my first title.
It's all over. Holloway finishes Anthony Pettis. Outstanding. Wow.
That's why I won my first title. I watched my first NBA basketball game live. They was playing Cavaliers, and that's when Cavaliers was killing. It was in 2016,
yeah.
And they had LeBron, and we was like, man, we gotta pick a team. We gotta pick a team right now with my friend Bird, my photographer, and I said, we gotta pick a team. And we was like, look, we cannot pick Cleveland because like we're gonna be bandwagoners. Let's just do Toronto. The smartest thing I did, you know, that was a 2-year investment. Now they're champions. 3 years, champions. Let's go.
The Toronto Raptors are the 2019 NBA champions.
They really welcome me like their own. When I go there, I really feel like I'm in Hawaii. It's ridiculous. The people there is kind. I love the people. I love the people's personalities. I love the city. You know, I love the pathway underneath. Eating food is always good, so it's great. I can't wait.
And you said that whenever you go, people reach out to you and offer you their house to sleep in.
House to stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Canadians, I love you guys. People actually write to me and like, hey, look, if you're coming in a little early, we got an extra room and you and your team, they can come stay with us. I'm like, there's like about 20 of us, if that's cool. And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay. So maybe we might take you guys off on one of you guys' offers.
If you're in Edmonton and you're going to be going to 240, yeah, extend the invite if you have a really big house.
Let's go, Canada! I love you, Hawaii! Let's do this damn thing!
So UFC 240, it could be the 14th stop on the featherweight Blessed Express?
Yes.
That's right, 14?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait. You know, UFC 240. Back in Canada, back in the 10th island, back to, you know, third home, Phil's home, and I just can't wait to go out there and put on. You know, we got to go out to Rogers Stadium already, and you know, beautiful stadium. I can't wait to go in there and you know, fight in front of my fellow Canadians.
That's awesome. UFC 240 tickets are on sale now. Yourself in the main event against Frankie Edgar. Thanks for doing this, Max.
Thank you, brother.
TSN has UFC Fight Night 155 for this Saturday from Sacramento. Jermaine Durandamy and Aspen Ladd will square off in the main event. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on TSN 5.
Aspen is an interesting name.
Aspen, I like it. I grew up in Aspen Gardens in Edmonton.
Very hoity-toity part of Alberta's capital, if you didn't know. The Tim Hortons drive-through, our top plays from Tuesday. The American League beat the National League 4-3 in the All-Star game. The AL has now won 7 straight All-Star games. They improved to 25-6 over the last 31 All-Star games. Marcus Stroman did not pitch due to injury. It's a pectoral injury. Shane Bieber of the Indians Hometown guy, won the MVP. Calgary native and the lone Canadian in the game, Mike Soroka, pitched 1 scoreless inning. Well, Freddie Freeman also played, and he's a dual six.
It is a special edition of the Jannies. The best plays from before the All-Star break. Opening day of the season, Lorenzo Cain robs Jose Martinez of what would have been a game-tying home run. That ends the game instead.
He's good. Let's go all the way back to April 2nd. Red Sox ace Xander Bogaerts crushes this one off the wall. Looking to stretch it into a triple. Ramon Laureano with an absolute missile to third, and he's got it.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Right?
I love that play.
I mean, that is a great arm.
So good. Just this past week, Domingo Leyba, chopper to third. Nolan Arenado, your favorite player, Jay, ranging to right, barehands the ball, and all in one motion gets him at first.
I got a crush on this guy.
I can see why you like him. Yeah.
He just plays the game the right way. May 29th, Jays, Rays, Avisaíl Garcia sends this one to left center. Jonathan Davis, wow! At the warning track. Really nice. St. Pete, Clearwater, America's beach.
I like the airtime there. June 23rd, Hunter Renfroe hitting what looks like a routine pop-up to second until Fernando Tatis Jr. tags up and runs on home. Head first to score the run. There he comes, being all sneaky, and he's in. Great base running by the Padres rookie.
He is going to be a great one.
Nice.
Also from June 23rd, same day, Cole Calhoun of the Angels. Colton Wong, great play, knocks the ball to second place to start the double play. Very fluid fielding from Colton Wong.
Excellent. May 8th. Tie game in extras, Trey Mancini crushing a ball to left center. Jackie Bradley Jr. climbing the wall to take away a walk-off home run. That is a very talented catch right there.
Great reaction
like
to the bullpen,
yeah.
too. June 16th, more for Fernando Tatis Jr. Was I right about this guy? This guy's going to be a superstar. And the Padres have him. And they got Machado. Things are looking up for the Friars.
Another one this past week. Chesler Cuthbert, grounder up the middle. Francisco Lindor dives, flips to second to start the double play. I love the reflexes. So quick. You can't think there. You're just going on instinct, right?
That's right.
Boom, boom.
He's another terrific player. And from April the 20th, Josh Fegley, whose last name sounds like something that's caught in your throat or something that happens when you have a cold. I've got some Fegley. Freddie Galvis of the Jays, ranging in left, pulling in the barehanded snag. Those are the Jannies for the first half of the baseball season. Tim, do we have some time to chat? No? Oh, but Tim is really rushing us along here. Look at this, Natasha.
Did I make it? Finally?
Oh, not in this part.
Oh, you got me all excited there.
I guess
Jeez.
I jumped the gun. Jared Bednar signed a 2-year deal to coach the Avs, or an extension rather, through the 2021-2022 season. He coached Colorado to a 38-30-14 record last season, making the playoffs for the second time in his 3 seasons as head coach. The Avs upset the Flames in the first round of the playoffs last year, their first playoff series win since 2008. Now the future is very bright.
He must be thrilled to be sticking around for a couple years with that team. So many good players on there.
And you got Kadri coming.
McKinnon, Rantanen.
And let's not forget Joonas Donskoy.
We would never forget him, ever. Toronto FC has signed a 22-year-old Venezuelan winger, Erickson Gallardo. He is the second player signed using targeted allocated money this summer, along with defender Omar Gonzalez. Gallardo is expected to suit up against Montreal this Saturday.
So TFC, everybody knows they've been struggling.
Yeah.
One win in their last 11 matches.
Yes.
But still in the playoffs.
They're still in the mix. They can still make the playoffs. They just need a solid second half.
So there you go. This is exciting.
All
and
the players coming back from Gold Cup as well. So
there you go. And he's a
good.
Venezuelan international, so that's a good thing, I think.
It is. It's a great thing.
It's a great thing.
It's a great thing.
Go TFC. The NBA Board of Governors has passed the implementation of in-game challenges for head coaches. Not everyone thrilled about this, but it's going to start next season. The league also approved the replay center's ability to initiate the use of instant replay. Examples of challengeable plays, whether a shot was a 2 or a 3-pointer, if a shot was made prior to or after the shot clock expiring. The only thing that's interesting is that there won't be like a physical flag toss like the NFL.
Right.
It's going to be a signal from the coach to the referee. What do you think that signal will be?
I don't know.
I think it'll be the Carol Burnett ear tug.
It has to be something very obvious. That's not obvious enough.
Or the
Give
floss.
us something better.
How do you floss?
The floss. I don't know how to floss.
That's been the Jay and Dan newsreel.
No.
Yay!
I was really
Way to
nervous
go.
there. I didn't think it was going to happen, and then.
I'm so proud of Tim. He really,
I have felt so welcome on this show.
yeah, he really came through for you.
Let's go back to the All England Club Senior Invitation Doubles competition. Patrick McEnroe having some problems with his partner.
You gotta do something up there.
Listen, this is.
I'm dying over here.
Come on.
Henry Leconte, a former French Open doubles champion, decides that McEnroe will have a different teammate. Gives him the chair umpire.
I bet he can't do the pad.
Which is,
Deuce.
pretty good. Yes. Kill him.
He's appreciative of the efforts.
Advantage, Paris Hilton.
Jamie
Do
Cross.
something. Watch the ball. Come on, you can do it.
A little bit later, all four men are at the net for some quick volleying until the newest player takes a tumble, but the ball lands in. Leconte got on the microphone and said to the crowd that the umpire was his hero. After the match, he gets a grand salute. It's another fun day at Wimbledon.
Appreciative of the crowd.
All I can say is that chair umpire looked a lot like our former colleague James Sobalski.
I thought the same thing when I saw him. Yep, the hair, something about the
Everything, that slick
slicked
hair.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Absolutely.
Okay, by now you've heard of TSN Direct, TSN streaming service. Maybe you're using it to watch Wimbledon.
And Natasha, I don't know if you know, but we have our own streaming service, Jay and Dan Direct. It's going very well. I gave Dan the check for a past 6 months of profits. He's promised to take it to the bank after he gets back from Amsterdam. So I hope there's some money left over. Let's see what original programming we're offering this week on Jay and Dan Direct. And we begin with Natasha's Whip It Up Whenever segment. You saw it yesterday. Get ready for more sweet treat programming. It's Hound Dog's Anything is a Dessert. This how-to cooking series is just our stats guy claiming anything you eat after a meal is a dessert. A hot dog after dinner, dessert. Ribs after lunch, dessert. A second's dinner, that's dessert. Hound Dog's Anything is a Dessert. It's rated N for not good for you.
Next, if you're looking for the next fireplace or aquarium channel, look no further than the Cannonball channel. It's a relaxing 24-hour loop of Dan O'Toole doing slow-motion cannonballs while on vacation. It's the show that will leave you thinking, does Dan O'Toole ever work?
He's almost on Duffy's case, but I haven't seen him here in months. Plus, we spent the money and got the 86 action thriller Cobra starring Stallone. The only difference, this was recorded on a VHS, off the TV, and still has the commercials. Plus, parts of the movie cut in and out because someone tried to record an episode of Electric Circus over top of it. It's Cobra, and that's a matchstick, not a toothpick. And this has been Jay and Dan Direct.
It's time for the worst. Senior invitation doubles competition at Wimbledon. Chair umpire subbing in to team up with Patrick McEnroe at the net for some volleying until the ump takes a tumble, but he does win the point for his team.
Umpire James Sabalski.
I guess we're calling it the worst, but he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, that seems kind of
Put
harsh.
on the spot like
The
that.
highlight of the night, Natasha, Carlos Santana grounded to second. Max Muncy to Pete Alonso. Nice job by Alonso there, the stretch. Muncy made a tough play. Alonso stretches at first to complete the out, and that is the highlight of the night, though the American League still got the win. Very quickly, you blew it. We weren't sure, but yeah, none of the Hawks first-round picks that were traded over 2011 to 2017, none of them were for any importance for a Cup final run. So there you go. We were wondering, that's the answer. Very quickly, Jonathan Torrens, good friend of this program.
Yes.
Natasha, after you did your Whip It Up segment.
We did it together.
We did it together. He and his family made it.
Look at how delicious that looks.
He loved it. And he's got Smarties on there.
I know. It's so colorful. See, that's the beauty of that dessert. You can throw any kind of chocolate bar or candy you want on top, make it your own.
I love it.
It's amazing.
Now, there's one other thing that we wanted to show you, and it's right here. Check this out.
There's a viewing party for today's game next door, so I'm putting McCain wedges in the oven while I finish getting ready. As a surprise guest, I'm hoping this tasty snack gets me in the front door. Hey, I'm Natasha. I heard the game. Is there room for one more fan? I have McCain wedges.
Yeah, come in.
That's
Seriously?
like, you know, that's like a Canadian heritage moment.
Okay, I don't know about that. A Canadian heritage
You get asked
moment.
about that a lot,
I
don't
get
you?
well, a lot of tweets with after the ice cream is all about the
Well, here's the
McCains.
thing, Natasha.
Oh boy.
I don't understand his look. What's
yeah,
this?
a
What's
lot
this?
of people were confused.
What's the question?
Well, I'm a complete weird stranger next door.
You're
like,
Natasha Stanishevsky.
Stranger danger.
A Canadian television star is like, oh, I don't know if I want to let this incredibly attractive Canadian television star come into my house, and she's bringing wedges.
I don't think he wrote the commercial. He was just reading the script.
just
You know, he did a good job.
Well, you did a good job.
Thank you.
You did a
Thank
great
you for
job this
having
week.
me. It was so much fun.
It was great having you. We're very
busy.
fortunate that we were able to have you here for as long as we did.